Hello everyone. This is a presentation about how to create community entrepreneurial hubs for young people. My name is Adriana. I work for WSX Enterprise and I am a program coordinator and trainer for ENTREPVET, Women and Speed You Up. I also do admin work for Inspiring Enterprise. During this webinar, I will explain to you what actually entrepreneurial hubs are. I will talk about the importance of the hubs. And most importantly, I will share with you the best practice on how to create the hubs. I will also share my top tips on how to run a sufficient and successful hub. Before I start talking about hubs, I would like to introduce you to WSX Enterprise. So this is a not-for-profit business support company which operates in southern England. We have over 40 employees with main office in Fareham near Portsmouth, and we have second office in Aldershot, based in the Aldershot Enterprise Centre. We run several projects at WSX and work closely with partners in Europe. Some of the projects are Inspiring Enterprise, Speed You Up, Celeb, and Pontoon. During the training sessions at WSX, we talk about access to finance, we talk about digital skills, and we give general advice on how to set up a business. To understand what an entrepreneurial hub is, we need to understand the meaning of entrepreneurship. And this is a process of setting up and creating a business, also called a startup. And then we have a hub, which is a point of origin from which ideas originate, or a place of concentrated activity attended in person or virtually. So what actually an entrepreneurial hub is? So this is a space, either physical or online, where learners have access to experts and resources guiding them in their journey towards self-employment and entrepreneurship. And this is a space where learners can interact with coaches and advisors, and where they feel safe, are appreciated, and understood. So why entrepreneurial hubs are important? Mainly because they allow learners to interact with each other, but also meet experts. And you can see the reasons why the hubs are important here. But the most important is the opportunity to interact and learn from others. In order to create a hub, you need to do lots of research and attend lots of networking events. In order to create a physical hub, when doing a research, you have to bear in mind LANs, which is location, accessibility, need, and also support. And we talk here about need in your area to create a hub, and of course what support you can offer to your learners. When creating hubs, networking is extremely important. It allows you to gather information needed about, for example, a space which you could allocate for your hub. It allows you to involve stakeholders and also learn from experienced colleagues. When creating a hub, you have to have a clear vision on how and whom you will involve in your hub. So these can be local authorities, youth centers, employability hubs, but also businesses, job centers, and social enterprises. When conducting your research about creating hubs, you need to identify sources of information. And I would advise to use internet, of course, but also mailing lists with names and contact details of stakeholders who could potentially be involved, newsletters, local press, local councils, schools, community members, of course, networking sessions, employability hubs, and focus groups. I would like to share with you my top tips based on my experience when creating entrepreneurial hubs. So first of all, setting up hubs at the existing centers with a designated space specific to the entrepreneurial hub. Then inviting stakeholders who already work in the existing centers to become coaches and hubs advisors. Organizing regular, well-advertised events in the hubs. Ensuring that external stakeholders take an active part in the hub's events, and ensuring that external stakeholders signpost participants to the events. In this chapter, I will share with you how to create a virtual hub. First of all, do your research. Always learn from others. So, for example, check existing online hubs and their content. Check with your potential participants what they would like to gain from the hubs. And check with your team, project partners, what are your priorities and goals. And how to do the research in addition, of course, use internet and experienced stakeholders' knowledge. So, what to include in virtual hubs? Most importantly, chat rooms, forums, newsletters, gamification, tips on setting up a business, skill tests, resources and tools, stakeholders' contact details, and, of course, training and courses. Top tips here would be, when doing your research, always check existing online hubs and their content, and ask their creators whether you could use their ideas, especially if you want to implement gamification. Check with your potential participants what they would like to gain from the hubs, and base your knowledge on focus group outcomes. At the end of the day, opinion of your future learners is crucial. Here, I would like to share with you the best practice when creating hubs at WSX. It would be my pleasure to exchange with you my experiences when working on ENTREPVET project. At the beginning, at some stage, we had 4 hubs. At the moment, there are 2 existing hubs in Camberley, in the Workshop Employment Hub, as well as in Aldershot WSX office. So the Aldershot hub is based in the Aldershot Enterprise Centre. Our learners have here access to Wi-Fi. Also, there is a space for networking and coaching events. There are over 40 companies based in the building, and most of them agreed to participate in ENTREPVET events, such as networking, which actually already took place on a few occasions. Also, I am based in this office, and our learners can access my office and talk to me anytime within working hours. I would like to share some interesting facts with you about the Mandora House. This is the other name of Aldershot Enterprise Centre. So the building was actually completed in 1894, and it was in the times of Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria suggested that this building will be placed in the middle of the military town and that it will serve as a main office for the officers who worked at the time in Aldershot in the military. She herself never visited the building, but the building has got strong connections with the royal family, and we are very proud that the ENTREPVET project is actually based in such interesting historic building. The second hub which we have and which is still active is Camberley Workshop Employment Hub. This hub was attached to the existing hub, which is part of Surrey Heath Council. And the hub was appointed as a working hub for ENTREPVET and then another project, Speed You Up. One of our colleagues who represents the hub and Surrey Council has been trained to deliver Speed You Up sessions in Camberley. However, the ENTREPVET is delivered by WSX within this location. The location itself is perfect. It is in the middle of the town, close to the railway station, close to the bus stops, so very easy access for those learners who don't drive. And there is, of course, a space for coaching, teaching, and also promotional events. You can see photographs from the hub based in Camberley on this slide. On the photograph on the left-hand side, you can see my colleague Susan Reviere, who is one of our business mentors on another project called Inspiring Enterprise. However, Susan helps me a lot with both ENTREPVET, Women and Speed You Up projects, and she is actively involved in events and other networking sessions. In the middle, we have previous Surrey Heath mayor, a lady called Sarah Jane Crock. Sarah promotes women, promotes businesses and startups in Camberley, and we are very grateful for her help as well. And then on the right-hand side, you can see learners who came to one of the events which we dedicated to ENTREPVET. On this slide, I would like to summarize the factors behind running a successful entrepreneurial hub. So, most importantly, we have to have access to learners. In other words, we need to have a hub in a location where we know that the hub will be needed and that it will benefit our learners. Secondly, promotion. Promotion needs to be systematic, but also we need to consider those who are not financially capable of accessing laptops, iPads, or sometimes even phones. Therefore, the promotion should be not only conducted online, but also in an old-fashioned version where we produce flyers and posters. The location of the hub should be easily accessible, ensuring that those who do not have cars or cannot walk from their home, that they can take a bus or a train which is located not too far away from the hub. Then we need to take in consideration logistics of monitoring progress in the hubs, knowing what we did well and what needs to be improved, ensuring that we keep a record of all the sessions and that we evaluate all the events which we've run together with the stakeholders. Then communication with appointed centers and coaches. Very often, hubs are left in hands of our trusted colleagues, but everyone is very busy these days, and we need to ensure that we gather appropriate feedback and updates from the colleagues who are managing the hubs when we are not there. Resources, very important, both online and hard copies. Ensuring that we have appropriate number of resources with appropriate content, which will be beneficial for our learners. Organizing systematic networking events, ensuring that we spread the word and communicate with local stakeholders, with the councils and small businesses. Inviting guest speakers, a great opportunity not only to help our learners but promote local businesses and ensure that the businesses have an active role in our hubs. These are just some of the elements of a successful hub. There are many, many more, and you can learn how to improve your hub once you actually run it. Don't be afraid of waiting until all the information is gathered. You can start now and then learn as you go. If you postpone creating a hub thinking that you don't have enough information, of course, it will be one of the elements of procrastination, which is unnecessary. So just go for it and learn as you go. Thank you very much for listening to this webinar. I really hope that information included on the slides helps you to create a successful hub. As mentioned, don't wait, just start working on creating an entrepreneurial hub. You will find it very rewarding. Of course, there will be hard work involved because you will need to find a good location, then a venue, then you need to talk to many people, many potential stakeholders, but this is absolutely worth doing. And seeing young people being successful after completion of the sessions which you run, and seeing young people thriving thanks to your hubs will be extremely rewarding for you. So good luck in this journey, and I wish you all the best for the future. Thank you.